Hey guys, welcome to another Maker Monday. Today we are going to be making homemade vanilla ice cream in an ice cream maker. So if you've never done this or you don't have an ice cream maker, this is what they look like on the shelf at the store. Miss Linda was gracious enough to bring us her ice cream maker so we could show you how to make it. So before you even get started, it is super important to read the instructions that come with your ice cream maker. So what this tells us, when I read through the how-to, it says to chill this. This is the canister that all of our ingredients are going to go into and sit down into this canister to turn and churn and freeze and make us delicious homemade ice cream. So this recipe that I had found is a no cook, no egg vanilla ice cream. So I chose it because I didn't want to cook eggs and I didn't really want eggs in my ice cream. So the ingredients are 1 can of condensed milk, 1 can of evaporated milk, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 pint or 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, and then 1 pint or 2 cups, of half and half. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour all of that into here and a tablespoon of vanilla. So we're going to pour all of that into here and then we'll go on to the next step. So let's pour in the condensed milk. There we go. And we'll pour in the evaporated milk at the same time. Ooh. So that is done. And we can go ahead and put in, the vanilla. I didn't have a true can opener, so I just had to puncture the lid of the sweetened condensed milk. So we just made do with what we had today. As always, for the ones of you that watch these regularly. And as this is still pouring in, we will go ahead and add in the heavy whipping cream. I just pre-measured them out because it was just simpler to do it that way. And the other heavy whipping cream, the half and half. And the sugar. Sweetened condensed milk is almost finished. And also, if you can't have sugar and stuff like that, the instructions to your ice cream maker has tips on using artificial sweeteners and stuff like that in conjunction or separate of the regular sugar and sweeteners. So that is done. And then in our recipe, it says fill the rest of the way to the fill line with milk. So our fill line in this particular ice cream maker is right here, and we are about right there. So I'm going to take this milk and fill it the rest of the way. All right, we are to the fill line now. And another important thing that when you read that, it says to chill this container before you start making your ice cream so it's cold to the touch. And I did that before we got started. Okay? And now we're going to put this in our ice cream maker. So I'm going to show you the different components of the ice cream maker. This is the paddle or the churner. So that will be what will go in here. The lid that goes on top. And then that will connect to our motor to turn the ice cream. So before you do any of that, you need to stir all of these ingredients together really well, just to make sure everything is well distributed, and make a mess while you're at it. So I will show you putting the machine together. And then we have to put this together. So this is the paddle or the stirring mechanism for your ice cream. So what you're going to do is you're going to stick this down into your ice cream mixture, and you'll need the lid to hold it in place. So you'll slide this all together and lock it into place, maybe. Okay, so our ice cream lid is on, maker lid, and this is the canister that you're going to need to put your ice and ice cream salt in. So what it tells us to do is it says to place this part into your ice cream maker container. It fits really nicely. And then you're going to need the motor. So what we'll do is we will slide this all together, and then the little churn, top of the churn fits right into this motor. So, and then you have this little locking mechanism that you'll lock it all down with. And then we need the ice. So let me pause, I'll go get the ice, and we will get this baby churning. All right, so we are at our next step. The next two ingredients, if you will, are going to be ice and the ice cream salt. So what it tells us that we need to do is we need 6 cups of ice to layer in the bottom. So I will measure out 6 cups of ice. Okay, and we'll just add some of the stuff that fell out of the bag in here right now. And then the next thing, and this is not the recipe that I printed offline, this is the instruction manual to the ice cream maker telling me how much salt and ice need to go in this particular maker. I'm assuming every maker can be different, so we're going to follow the directions for this one. So the next thing it tells us that we need to do is we need to put salt in. And it says cover the first layer of ice evenly with a thin layer of rock salt, about a half a cup. So we will, I have a half cup measure right here. So we will pour some ice cream salt in here, and we will add it to our ice cream maker. See, and ice cream salt is very thick and coarse salt, so we're going to sprinkle it all over our ice that we have in here. And then our instructions say, they say that salt is necessary for the freezing process, which it is. So it said it may take a total of 2 or 4 cups of salt to freeze the ice cream mixture properly. 1 cup of salt equals 2 cups. So what they're saying is that table salt or kosher salt can be used, but there's a measuring difference. And it also says the more salt that you use, the better. So that was step 10 and 11 that I just did. And it says repeat 10 and 11, layering the ice and salt until it reaches the top of the canister, which is about right there. So we'll keep doing this part. So we will throw more ice in here. More ice. And then we will repeat the salt process again. So a half cup of salt. And I'm assuming this part you could probably eyeball, but this is my first time making this, so we're gonna follow the instructions exactly. Sprinkle this around. So far we've done 2 of step 10 and 11, and we're about right here in the ice and salt canister. So we're probably going to do maybe 2 more, and it should be where we need it to be. So I'll get on that. Okay, to turn on this ice cream maker, it says just plug the power cord, attach the electric motor into an outlet to turn it on. As the canister turns, which is what our ice cream mixture is inside of, stir and mix the salt and ice together every 10 to 15 minutes or as needed. Stir the ice mixture every 10 or 15 minutes as needed as the ice cream is churning. So that's manageable. I can do that. So all we do is plug this in and it turns on. So let's do that. Let's get our ice cream churning. right. We'll come back and check it out in a little while. All right, guys, our ice cream is ready. Like I said earlier, I had to put it in the fridge, and I got busy and left it overnight. So it was super frozen, but now we're going to see how well it scoops after I let it sit out for just a little bit to soften up where it is scoopable. Oh, yeah, it's nice. It's so nice. Okay. And we just made straight vanilla ice cream. I have, there's some sprinkles here and some hot fudge. So we're going to try this out. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while I made ice cream. And I hope you guys get to try this at home. Bye, guys.